All right, everybody. Welcome back to NacaJourneyCA. My name is Will. Today's video is NACA Step 2, the Home Buyers Workshop Confirmation Email, and what happens immediately after registering for your NACA workshop. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the confirmation email that you receive after signing up for the workshop, what information is included inside the email, and some important things you should pay attention to before your workshop date. Quick disclaimer before we get started. I am reading from a script because I want to make sure I give accurate information and don't miss any important steps. I appreciate your understanding. Also, I am not affiliated with or employed by NACA. I'm simply documenting and sharing my personal experience through the NACA home buying process step by step. All right, let's get into it. So once you successfully register for the NACA home building workshop, this is the confirmation email you should receive, or something similar. This email is extremely important because it contains your workshop confirmation details, your webinar access information, and instructions on how to join the workshop on the day of the event. As you can see here, the email confirms the workshop region along with the webinar details and login information. You'll also notice that certain information has been redacted for privacy and security purposes. All right, so this section right here is basically confirming that your registration went through successfully. You'll see the workshop title listed at the top, along with the webinar date and time. Underneath that, you'll also see the webinar ID and passcode information. Now, obviously, for security reasons, I redacted my personal webinar information. But when you receive your email, your personal workshop details will appear in these sections. You'll also notice options to add the workshop directly to your Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, and Yahoo Calendar, which honestly is a really good idea so you don't forget the workshop date. Below that, you'll see the Join Webinar button. This is the main button you'll click on the day of your workshop to access the webinar. All right. Now, this section gives you an additional ways to join the webinar. So if for some reason the blue Join Webinar button doesn't work, NACA also provides a direct webinar link underneath. Again, for security purposes, I redacted the actual webinar link information. You'll also notice instructions letting you know not to publicly share the webinar link. That's important because these workshop links are tied to your registration information. So overall, this section is basically your backup access information in case you have trouble joining the workshop normally. Now, this section here provides phone access information for the webinar. So if somebody can't access the workshop through a computer, tablet, or mobile device, there are also dial-in options available. For privacy and security reasons, I decided to redact the phone numbers and webinar information shown on my screen. When you receive your own email, your personal workshop access information will appear in this section. You'll also notice additional webinar access options listed here. And finally, this section contains additional international webinar access information. So if somebody is joining from outside the United States, NACA provides multiple international access options depending on your location. Again, I redacted the sensitive webinar information shown here for security purposes. But overall, the main takeaway from this email is simple. Once you register for the workshop, NACA sends you everything you need to attend successfully. So definitely make sure you save this email and keep it somewhere easy to access before your workshop date. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for NACA Step 2. In the next video, we'll actually be covering what happens after completing the workshop. including the official completion email, receiving your NACA ID, accessing the member portal, and the next step in the NACA process. If this video helped you out in any way, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to follow the journey. And as always, this channel is simply here to document the real process in real time and hopefully help somebody else along the way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.